action.
So today I'm going to talk about how the Horizon team works, but before that I want to briefly and concisely describe how Horizon Wellness came about from Horizon Physical Therapy. So for 20 years, Horizon Physical Therapy saw patients, treated patients well, got them fully functional as efficiently as possible, but I did realize that I was human and that sometimes other disciplines can be very helpful to achieving the outcomes that you want for a patient. That's pain reduction, improved function, etc. So after referring out to chiropractors that were associates and friends, massage therapists, talking to family doctors, is it okay if we do this? Can we do that? Having everybody under one roof made things more efficient, streamlined, and people got better faster. So under one roof we have physical therapist, chiropractor, massage therapist, and dietitian, as well as fitness experts working to achieve whatever an individual or patient's goals are. And that allows for what I'm going to describe to you, a unique scenario in getting patients better faster and keeping them out of trouble longer for the same types of problems. So the important thing is, people have questions, where do I start? And most typically you have that choice as a patient. You can say, I want to start with a chiropractor, I want to see a physical therapist. If you're not sure, and you've had, let's say, a chronic problem, let's describe chronic low back pain, and you want the team approach, you typically start with physical therapy. And we do an assessment, and we are looking for the best way to get you better, not just fast, but long term. So the question that then comes is, well, what would I expect from a physical therapy evaluation? And I usually typically will say decreased symptoms and or increased function / quality of daily life within 2 to 3 visits of physical therapy. And most chronic and acute orthopedic issues, aside from surgery, should be 50% on average resolved by 3 to 4 visits. And at about 8 to 9 visits, a patient should expect 90% improvement. And again, quote, average amount of visits and time frame. The other thing people are kind of questioning, wondering about in regards to just physical therapy in general, what should evaluation include if I start here or down the street? And that should include assessment of biomechanics, range of motion, myotomal testing, which is a fancy word for muscle strength throughout maybe your whole body, could be lower extremity, trunk, arms, special tests, which we can talk about that another day. That's what, quote, makes physical therapy unique, is what do we assess things wrong biomechanically? And special tests allow us to figure out potentially what's wrong with the joint, put the pieces together. And then finally posture, which is a term we're all familiar with, fairly generic. But on to the next thought, we can break down all the disciplines, how they work individually and together more. But one thing I wanted to throw out quickly today was, what happens if I'm not making progress? That is what makes us unique again. Within that 2 to 3 visits, things aren't progressing. We can say, you know what, I think I see why they're not progressing. And when it comes to a chiropractic angle, again, we can have our chiropractor talk more specifically about this. But are my spinal rotations not changing or resolving? Is my facet symptoms, which is a part of the spine, are those symptoms not changing in intensity? Do I have malalignment or asymmetrical position of my pelvis and sacrum, which is the pelvic girdle that the spine sits on? And do any of my other spinal structures have problems that aren't getting better? The other thing that the chiropractic assessment offers is another set of eyes and brains on the overall project, I call it, to see if maybe biomechanically something's being left behind. The massage therapist fits in when we find myofascial restrictions, trigger points, hypertonic muscles that are tight won't let go, we can get their expertise on not only assessing those muscles, but a whole slew of treatment techniques as well that can be described down the road. Myofascial release, sweetest massage, deep tissue massage, all sorts of things. Again, we can outline for you, but we can bring in that person. Last but not least, dietitian wise or nutrition wise, if people have a food allergy or any type of issue with inflammatory connected issues to food, we can consult a dietitian. If you want to gain muscle mass, which is part of balance a lot of times, or lose weight for multiple reasons, it could be due to diabetes. There's a wide gamut there. So we can consult that person for those issues. And